Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we are going to do a little look back on the Nova Open 2023 Warhammer reveals. Now obviously, this happened this morning, my time, could have happened last night, depending where you are in the world. It happened recently, and we did do our watch along like normal, but I want to go back through everything, and for those who didn't get to catch us live, give our thoughts on everything we saw. We're going to go through the article, just sort of briefly skims through and shows over some of the stuff, because if you want to go see it all in full, you can go check out the Warhammer community articles. There are some brilliant pictures of all the stuff that was released. So, with that said, let's get cracking on and let's go check out all the cool stuff. Today's video is brought to you by Gap Games, a fantastic retailer in Australia for a variety of different miniature war games. If you'd like to help support the channel, we have an affiliate link where by clicking on and purchasing, you'll help support the channel, but you'll also help support Gap Games, which is a fantastic servant to the community. And so, to begin with, first of all, Space Marines. I mean, this, I think, was the big given. We all expected Space Marines to come out. We sort of expected what we might see from this. And generally, you know, we thought we were going to see, full kits of Terminators, which indeed we did see a full kit of plastic Terminators. We also saw a full kit of Stone Guard Veterans. But the big new stuff is here. We got a Captain as well in Terminator armor. There is a different variation of the Captain that comes inside the Leviathan box set, so it's a different model. And you've also got this brand new Terminator Chaplain in armor here. Terminator Chaplain in Terminator armor, of course. But he's got a Storm Shield, Crozius. There are two different Crozius. There's an unhelmeted head option. There's a Storm Bolt to replace the Storm Shield. But I think the one we all really wanted and were expecting is the Jump Pack Assault Intercessors. These look really cool. I dig the chainsword on the Sergeant here. I think that looks amazing. But two other things. One of them, not so big a surprise. Primaris Scouts. I think we were fully expecting to see an update to them at some point. The big one, though, was the Command Squad. Now, the Command Squad has long been something cool for Space Marines with, Champion and all of that. But you also get a brand new Captain miniature, which I think is very reminiscent of the old Captain in the box set. So the multi-part Captain box set. I'm sure if you've been playing Space Marines for a while, you know the miniature I'm talking about. It's definitely a nod back to him. But we got a full squad, Command Squad to go with, which is pretty darn awesome. Moving on though to Age of Sigmar, we then got Trog, which is pretty darn cool. This is the Troggoth King, the Troggoth King, and he's coming along with Dawnbringer's Book 2, which will be a sort of destruction-focused book, which will contain a bunch of stuff for King Brod and his Gargants, but also the Ironjaws, which have a massive range overhaul coming, along with a free index that'll be available online. First of all, we got new Ardboys, which are really cool. You can see the Spear Warriors here. They're the new Ardboys. We got these new Brute units as well. One sort of a Fanatic style unit with big flails, and the other sort of a Berserker Shamed Auric unit, which is pretty cool. The narrative for the other unit was like they're Aurics that have been called on their boasts, and so have to go try and prove that they are as strong and as powerful as they are. We obviously have the character here we've all seen. We have Big Pig coming. But we also have this named character here who I, funnily enough, said might be interesting if that squig was an anvil for an orc character like a Forge Master, that would be similar to how we sort of have the Forge Master in Kings of War for the Riftforged orcs. And lo and behold, that's exactly what it was, which is pretty darn cool. But Ironjaw's massive range refresh. I think Trug is really cool as well. And the Space Marines, I'm super excited. I like Command Squads. Have always been one of my favorite units to build. Assault Marines are definitely my go. I'm a Blood Angels player and Black Templars, Emperor's Spears. I enjoy assault-focused chapters, so there's definitely a lot of cool things in here for me. Trug, I have a Gloomspite Force. I only have a couple of Troggoths, but he could be another cool piece to grab. And Ironjaws, I'm not the biggest orc player in the world, but I do think a bunch of the stuff looks really cool, and I like the character with the anvil. Onto Horus Heresy, we had two main things, were the Mark III Marines coming in plastic, which will fit with all the weapon upgrades, along with a Dorito or Derideo Dreadnought that has both of the main weapon options and the main sort of carapace options there as well. There will be a launch box that's coming out with this as well, which will contain, I think it's 30 of the Mark 10, Mark III Marines, Derideo, and a Land Raider as well. This will be a really great place to get into Horus Heresy if you're not already into the game. And then we have Warcry Hunter and Hunted. This for me was really cool, and I do want to click on the find out more here for this one because I think this is worth going and having a bit more of a look at. Now, this is a new style of Warcry box as well. Now, the way they sort of said this is, we fully expect if you've been following the Heart of Gur for a while, and we're still sort of setting up in that sort of area, that you'll have plenty of terrain already, so they don't want to keep overhauling you with terrain. So instead, we're going to get these new styles of boxes, which are going to contain 2 warbands still, which is really cool. This will contain the Wilder Corpse Hunters, and a brand new Ogre More Tribes warband that is gorgeous. Some amazing cool miniatures there. But it will also contain the Maw Pit as well. So you'll get like this cool bespoke sort of terrain feature that fits some narrative in there. But then you can still get your 2 warbands. So probably at a little bit of a cheaper price point, maybe. Don't know. But a nice close-up of the Gorges. I mean, for anyone that's played Warhammer Fantasy, Gorges were a thing back in the day. They're like these ogres that are born without bellies, and so they're eternally hungry, and they're sort of thrown and cast off. But they look really, really cool. They look really menacing. I love this one. I think this one is absolutely amazing. This one here is very reminiscent of the old Gorger model. And so we've just got all these other stuff as well. These gutless ogres in the truest sense. And then the Wild Corp Hunters we've already seen as well. But going back, we then got Blood Bowl, which was really cool as well. This was a brand new vampire team coming out. I always thought, I couldn't really think of any team we hadn't seen, but we've seen, obviously, vampires before. But really, really cool. And so probably an update on the vampires as well. We definitely are getting that Castlevania style, vampire romance style, gothic romance style look to them. We have blitzers for the first time. We have runners as well. And for the first time, a vampire thrower as well. But a lot of the mechanics will remain the same for vampires. They sort of feed on their throws throughout the game. And it is the vampires that are really going to do the majority of your work. Going on, we then have Warhammer Underworlds, the next season of this, which is Deathgorge, continuing the amazing naming sequence of Warhammer Underworlds. So Deathgorge will now move us over to the frozen wastes of Antdor, where obviously the main Age of Sigmar game is. We've got a brand new starter set coming out for this as well, which includes 2 great new warbands. First of all, some Slaaneshi Daemonettes, which look amazing. I love that we're going on that sort of different sort of look. Normally we either see, a midway point of body horror and excessive beauty, or we get much more of the excessive beauty. I like that these are, really far on the body horror. We have this sort of gluttonous one that reminds me, as I always say, there's one of my favorite RPG games I played is a Warhammer Fantasy one, where there was a campaign supplement that was a bunch of Slaaneshi worshippers who were all like big gluttonous people, and they were feasting on, elf flesh and all the most decadent fleshes they could find. We get 3 miniatures in this warband, so we get this one, and then we got the Snake Lady as well. And then we get Idoneth Deepkin to go with them. We get some Thralls to go here, which look really, really cool. But then, of course, what game of Warhammer Underworlds will we be playing without a giant squid? And what's actually really cool is that dude is really, really big. So try and find the image up here. You can see here he has 4 wounds in game, we were told in the reveal show. So he is, on par with Stormcast in wounds wise, so he's a big, big monster. And you can see sort of here, like his size comparison, he is a big, big monster, which is pretty darn cool. Then we got Warhammer the Old World. We only got a single model revealed, which really does sum up that I think we're probably going to not see this game until next year. But this one was amazing, and something really interesting revealed on this as well. On that, we got this lady Elise Duchard revealed on her unicorn, but it was said that she's going to be in resin, but it's going to be a very similar sort of sculpting process to how we've seen the Horus Heresy character series. These would be very highly detailed, specialized miniatures for the game, so I'm quite excited to see this. This is one of the big things I always wanted for the Old World, is to see older characters and newer characters done in that sort of style of the over-the-top sort of really centerpiece character model-wise that we've seen for the Horus Heresy character series. I hope she has like a base that sort of can sit around her like many models in the Horus Heresy series have. And then it all got finished off, and I think we need to click on this just to have a look, with the last model, which was for 30k, the Primarch or Demon Primarch Fulgrim. This is an amazing miniature, and there is a little bit to chat about this miniature as well. For me, it is in resin, it's Forge World, and it's made to be 30k. It is part of the, what do they call it? Ascended Primarchs. So this does to me suggest that maybe we will see 3 versions of all the Primarchs. We'll see a modern 40k version for those that actually are alive. We'll see these End of Heresy versions, and we'll see obviously the Heresy non-corrupted versions we've already got. But that is everything we saw at the reveal show. I think it was a really good reveal show all in all. I was really happy with a bunch of stuff we saw. A lot of interesting stuff for a bunch of different games. Really excited to get my hands on some of this stuff. But I'd love to hear from everyone. What was your favorite thing from the reveal show? Let us know down in the comments below. And so that is the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our great little community we have here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server, which is linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel, be that via Patreon or YouTube members, or by grabbing yourself some merch, whether that's stickers, t-shirt, mugs, or anything from our Teespring store as well, or by using our affiliate links, which are also linked down in the description as well, that go a long way to helping support the channel. As a special thank you to all our Patreons and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to Andy C, Grimskull, Colorblind Magic, Iron Grinch, Benjamin Swallows, James Cater, Mark Harvey, Domir, Average Wargamer, JJ Austrian, Cure Dynamic, Andrew Bowen, Alderin Shot First, Kendall, Soren, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lockloric, The Johnny84, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Monty Stabletop Terrain, James Tillman, Disco, John Castle, and Gargamel196. Thank you all so much for helping support the channel. It means the absolute world to us. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Once again, everyone, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.